Hi all, I'm making a quick video. I'm making some lobster, and to go with the lobster, coleslaw goes really well with it. So I'm making some coleslaw. You can check out my other video on how to cook pre-cooked frozen lobster. Right now I have it boiling, but what we're doing now is the coleslaw. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to make the liquid. Over here real quickly, let me just grab it over real quick, is the coleslaw. I have 4 cups of coleslaw in there. And now we're going to go ahead and make the sauce. Now for the sauce I have, and when you're doing this kind of stuff, it just makes it easier. I recommend, this is half a cup. I'm using half a cup of mayonnaise. You can use light if you want to. And I'm going to put in half a cup of sour cream. I recommend, before you put any of the stuff inside of your measuring cup, put olive oil in it. Do you see how it just kind of plopped out a lot easier? It makes it so a lot doesn't stick to it as much. Another smart thing I should have done as well is I should have put some olive oil on my spatula, because that'll make it so that it doesn't stick as much to my spatula. So I have half a cup in here, and now I'm going to go ahead and put in half a cup of my sour cream. Okay, now I have the sour cream in here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Maybe I should have put a little more oil in it. But you see, it just kind of comes on out. And then what I need to do now is just mix it up. But before I do that, I'm going to put some, let me mix it up real quickly. And then I have a few more things that I'm going to put into it. And then we're going to be all done. I could have used a bigger bowl, but again, I like to always say, work it out. Coulda, woulda, shoulda don't mean nothing. So I'm just mixing it up real quick. Perfect. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to put in it is some vinegar in it. You can definitely use apple cider vinegar, but I have white distilled, so I'm just going to use that. This is optional. Putting sugar inside of it. It's definitely optional. I prefer not to put the sugar into it, but always know who you're cooking for. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to put the sugar in, and as I progress to keep making this, I'm just going to put less and less and less in, and eventually I want to make it so that I don't put any sugar in my food. So right here I put in about 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it. And I know you definitely don't have to add it in here. It's just that when you're dealing with people who you're cooking for, if they're not going to eat your food because they like it a certain way, then they're not going to eat your food. So what my plan is, like I was saying, I'm going to keep taking less and less, and instead of putting 2 tablespoons of sugar in, I put 1.5 tablespoons. So I'm just going to slowly and slowly put less and less in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in 1/2 teaspoon of the cider, 1/2 teaspoon of that, and then I'm going to put in 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Again, everything is optional. That's too much. Let me take that off. There. Now I'm going to give it its final, and this is it. This is the mixture here. And what you can be able to do is just stick your hands in it real quick, or get something. You know, of course your hands are clean, but taste it, because this is the flavoring that is going to be for the coleslaw. So before you put on the coleslaw and then you have to put more stuff in it and you're mixing with the coleslaw, I like to do it all in a separate bowl before I do that. So let me get this. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add it into my coleslaw, and we're going to have coleslaw. And now that it's all done, I'm going to go ahead and add it with the coleslaw. Now the coleslaw that I'm using, you definitely can cut up your own coleslaw. To save time, I went ahead and bought it from Sam's. It's like $1.98 for the coleslaw, and it comes in a 2-pound bag. And it has different types. It has a little bit of carrots in it. But this is basically what it is that I got from Sam's. I don't know if you can see it. I got it from Sam's. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix it together. And we're going to have our coleslaw. And then what I do recommend is before you eat it, it's nice to have it chilled. So try to make this 30 minutes before you make your meal. And then go ahead and put it in the refrigerator so that the flavors can infuse more together. But this is how you make the coleslaw. Not bad. Pretty painless, huh? Now, on behalf of your friends, family, and loved ones, I always love to say this in my videos because it does get lost a lot of times. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. You make such great food and you care about what goes inside of our mouths, and we appreciate it. We don't get to tell you as many times as we want to, but we do want you to know that all your hard work is very much so appreciated, and we thank you for it because you definitely don't have to do it. So again, on behalf of your friends, family, and loved ones, thank you, and God bless.